Hey friends, it's T and I'm back with another video. It's on Tony Huge, biohacking. You know Tony Huge had a huge channel before. Man, can you imagine starting your channel over 1,000,000 times? Jesus. Probably have millions of subscribers by now. But anyways, I want to review this video. I'm just going to start in the middle part. Not going to watch the whole thing, but the most infamous Lifetime Natty, Tony Huge reaction. You know who it is, Mike O'Hearn. Okay.
Being a character. He's got to take his own character. He's being himself, but he's accentuating certain parts of his character. He's hiding certain truths about him and his life because he wants to remain an aspirational figure for young men. So you have to understand what his motivation is, who he is, and the fact that this Mike O'Hearn that you're seeing in videos, it's not the real Mike O'Hearn. It's an actor. Yes, he's acting 80% like the real Mike O'Hearn that you would experience if you were hanging out with him in his house in a private environment and not showing off for anybody. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. I know he's acting and I know he's an actor and I know everything he's doing is fake. It's artificial. So that doesn't really bother me.
Yes, it's almost his real character, but just like me when I'm on camera, maybe my character is like 90% of reality, but some characters are only 50% of reality. Like sometimes who they are on video, people don't understand this, but sometimes people who they are on video is not who they are in real life, and it's a complete show and they're just acting just like in a movie. So you have to understand, in Mike's mind, the reason why this is important is because it's what's happening in Mike's mind. That's the reason why Mike and other influencer friends of mine can get on camera with a straight face and feel like they're not lying, because they're playing a character when they're answering those questions. The character is not lying. The character is who you're asking questions of. The character who was on camera. Who is the character of Mike O'Hearn? Mike O'Hearn, the character, is a lifetime natural that defies all aging and limitations because of hard work and discipline and diet, and he wants to teach you that and sell you products and information around that, and that's his job, and he's an actor. It's the same thing we saw with Liver King. Very similar. Liver King, in his mind, didn't think he was doing anything wrong. He thought, I'm teaching people about a healthier diet, the carnivore diet, and eating organs, and it's going to improve people's health, and it's going to inspire people to adopt the ancestral tenets that is going to lead them to a higher quality of life, cure depression. And so he's doing a good thing. Like, it doesn't matter that he's on steroids. The counter argument to it is that it's lying to the public, and so the public does all those things that the influencer says. They wake up at 5 a.m., they go to the gym, they eat the organs, they take the supplements, and then 6 months later they're in no better position. And the most cynical
Why would they? They missed the ingredient. One of the things that he's doing, it's artificial what Mike is doing, and the Liver King. Oh man. Look, if you're expecting these things to work, you have to do what they're doing. You have to create it artificially, because it's artificial. Eating artificial food, living an artificial lifestyle, eating artificial food and creating artificial muscles, taking artificial hormones, it's all artificial. It's going to be fake. It's for cosmetic purposes. That's why they're doing it. If you go to your doctor and ask him for steroids, you know what he's going to tell you? For cosmetic purposes. Yeah, cosmetic. Because it's temporary. It's a temporary cosmetic look that you're looking for. None of you are doing that. That's the problem. You already know he's artificial, but you're not all willing to go and do that because you know your doctor is not going to give all of you that stuff to create that artificial look, because they're going to associate it with dangers. That's all. It's dangerous to take these things. So they're not going to give them to you, because they're not going to put their job on the line for you because you want to create a cosmetic look. So you're going to try to do it. Let's see. You're going to try to do their methods to try to create that, which will never work. But you can change yourself if you do it in the natural world, which actually takes work. You understand? And it will stay. It won't go away. But I wouldn't say it would be exactly like a cosmetic. In other words, you won't look like a woman that put on cosmetics on her face and made herself look artificially beautiful. You see what I mean? But when she goes home, she washes her face off, and that artificial cosmetic look goes away. You get it, man? Anyway, this is kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know. People fall for this crap, but yeah, there is ways to do it natural. There's a bunch of ways to use. There's still ways you can do it. You can achieve certain things. But yeah, in this world, people like to create artificial stuff. Yeah.
View of this would be that would lead them to depression, because then the person's thinking, what am I doing wrong? Maybe it's impossible. They start giving up hope because they're missing one critical ingredient, which is the performance enhancing drugs that all of these influencers use. But newsflash,
To create an artificial look, yes. That's what they're missing. The ingredient to the pie.
everybody who's a champion and successful in the world is using shortcuts, is using performance enhancing drugs. And this is a fact that is withheld from the public. This is a fact that I wanted to teach everybody so that they could make more informed decisions. And yet I got censored for it. Why? Because the way the system is built, the matrix is built, and I know this starts to get into conspiracy theory territory, but the way the system is built is to be able to exploit the common person, to hide knowledge from them and prevent them from reaching higher levels so that they cannot compete, so that they are just basically slaves and peasants for the more successful. And this happens in every field. So athletes are all on performance enhancing drugs. And if you look at the pyramid of the...
Wow, he really came out with it. Slaves for the elites. Yeah. The reason why the elites don't want you to get up to the top, because they keep you as a slave at the bottom. These guys, if you were to know their secret, then you wouldn't need them anymore. Steroids. But you already know the secret. The problem is you don't have access to them because the government has limited your access. Now you're going to say, well, how come they have access to it? I don't know. They're doing it illegally. Why aren't they getting punished for it? I don't know. Good question. Why isn't the government punishing them for doing these things? See what I mean? They'd have to get caught first, wouldn't they? Yeah, they haven't been caught, I suppose. Or people just can't be, society can't be bothered. I'm not really sure, but anyway. Yeah, it's like a fake commercial. If you're advertising something and you're doing something else artificially and you're saying you're taking the seat, when people, there's these commercials, they have these products, they promote these products, but they had to have taken a little bit of it, even a spoonful. They had to have tried it or tasted it or something to claim that, oh, this is great, eat this, it's excellent, and they're promoting a product. Otherwise, it's fake advertisement. See what I mean? Him claiming Natty, and he says all these things, maybe at some point he was Natty. Then, maybe when he was a child, a baby. I don't know. And then at some point he became fake Natty. Get it? Yeah. So, I don't know, man. It's really hard to say. Can you get it? This is kind of false advertisement. If you're advertising that you can build your body doing this, that, eat these products, and you'll get this body like me. That is false advertising. Maybe you can sue him for that. I don't know. But you're going to have to prove that he's taking drugs. How are you going to do that? See what I mean? It's a lot of trouble to go through. I don't know. It's a waste.
Athlete system, the athletes at the top are making huge amounts of money, getting huge contracts, and at the bottom, the athletes are...
That's the whole point. The athletes all want to make, that's why they're doing it, to make money. It's an industry, it's a job, it's money, yeah.
They're actually paying money to be involved in the sports, and they're investing money in it, and they're investing, and the money goes up in this pyramid sort of fashion, and what maintains the structure of this pyramid is largely knowledge and the matrix system itself.
Why would Mike O'Hearn ever be, think about it, why would Mike O'Hearn be Natty? That is so stupid. Why the fuck would you be Natty? See what I mean? If your whole job is to sell a cosmetic look to people, why the hell would you be Natty? It's like asking a lady that worked for Avon, why would you go around without having, putting cosmetics and lipstick and stuff on your face and powder? Why would you go around promoting your natural face? You're there to promote the product. What is it? This fake artificial look. That's the whole point. What is his job, Mike O'Hearn? To market a fake artificial look, which is is unobtainable because you don't have access to these drugs. Unless you have access, they're obtainable. That's right. Greg Doucette, all his stuff when he's talking, it's geared towards these fake people on gear. Listen to when he speaks. He's always talking to bodybuilders and stuff on there, drugs, this, that, whatever he's talking about. And then Mike O'Hearn is doing the same thing. He hangs around these drug guys. So think about that for a moment. Ponder that thought.
And the people at the top of the pyramid, and this is with any industry, whether it's the oil industry or just some section of consumer goods or the financial markets, everything, the people at the top reinvest all that tremendous amount of money that they make into maintaining this pyramid structure, which maintains their power over the industry and their financial interest. So the same thing is happening in the fitness industry. The people at the top of the industry, they gain their influence by using performance enhancing drugs and taking shortcuts and a number of other different.
Look, the reason why Tony Huge's channel is never going to grow anymore, it's so small, it's not growing, because Tony Huge has access to all these drugs, and he says, hey man, my pioneers of hacking, biohacking, and all this bullshit, but in the end, in where you live, it's illegal. You don't have access to it, and and even if you did, let's say somebody sold you something in the street, it could be fake. Most likely, I'd say 95% of it is fake. Maybe 5% might be real if you have access somewhere. Somebody's cooking something in a basement. It could be dangerous. You could inject it. You could die. It's happened to many people. So why take the risk? See what I mean? That is the point. And the majority of the population out there doesn't give a shit about this. This is just for entertain. This just entertains them. They're not interested in going to gyms, exercise, or it's just the gym bros. That's all. They go to the gym looking for something specific because they want to change something about them. They can't cope, and so they turn to these drugs because they find that the gym doesn't change. It's not changing their body, and that's when they turn to these drugs. They try to look for them because they come to a realization that lifting a heavy weight does not transform or change or fix their body or build a muscle. Yeah. If you want to do it natural, the natural world, you can. It's complicated, and many people don't know how to. So that's why they turn to this as well. That's another reason, yeah.
Ways that they do it, and preventing that knowledge from getting down to the bottom people of the pyramid. I mean, imagine if everybody has access to steroids and the knowledge to actually have these type of physiques.
There's no knowledge to have these type of physiques. They just go to the gym, lift the weight, and take the steroid. The knowledge is bullshit. The steroid, if you have access to it, nobody has access to these steroids, and that's the problem because the governments have denied access. You'd have to go to a country where you can have access, and again, you don't know what you're buying over the counter there. Even if it is legal, it could be fake too. And then you'll be depressed again, and you're like, why aren't these working? And then somebody will tell you, well, you have bad genetics, that's why they're not working. They're not working because they're fake. Steroids do work. They do create a cosmetic look, and they do enhance your performance.
Then you don't really need those influencers at the top. You don't really need supplement companies. You don't need the pharmaceutical companies. You can do everything yourself, and then you're not contributing to the system, and you become you get outside of the matrix, and you eventually become either you're part of the matrix and you're helping to suppress that information that flows down and maintain the control of the pyramid structure, or you get out of the matrix and nobody comes after you. You can get out of the matrix and you could dominate yourself and not teach anybody about it. But if you're like me, you get out of the matrix, you teach people in the matrix how to beat this pyramid system in anything. I can teach it anything. I understand the physics, how it works. It's very similar in business as it is and that includes any industry, as it is in bodybuilding or anything else. Like, you teach people how to escape the matrix, and then you become an enemy of the matrix, and the matrix invests very heavily in suppressing and censoring those who are an enemy.
You all live in the matrix. You live in a zoo. What are you talking about? Everyone here lives in a zoo. You're all slaves in the zoo. The people elites on the top really don't even give a shit what you're doing. They do have it policed at the bottom and controlled. They definitely don't want you to be a strong society. They don't want you to get strong and this and that. I could tell you this much. They don't want people walking around big and strong in society and healthy. What they want is you to be unhealthy, weak, and lift a heavy weight and go to the gym and exercise and get more weak. Lifting a heavy weight makes you weak physically and keeps you small. That's the whole point. And lifting a heavy weight and eating crappy artificial food to weaken you even further and deteriorate your health further down the line. You're deteriorating faster, accelerating aging, lifting a heavy weight, weakening your body, and staying very small and weak. In fact, you're small and weak. That's all I can tell you, man. People are going to believe, well, lift a heavy weight, I got strong or something. Some baloney, man. You're not. You're really not. You're really in. I could show you people. They look unhealthy. They've got quite a bit of body fat. They eat a herbivore diet. It's ridiculous, man. And then they claiming that they're strong. You're not strong. You just think you're strong. You're not physically strong, because if you were, you'd go to physical competitions and compete physically with other people, like arm wrestling. See what I mean? That's why powerlifters lose at arm wrestling, because they're weak. And even if they are on drugs, they're still weak, because these people are a lot stronger physically.
Of the Matrix who jeopardized the pyramid structure. So understand that Mike O'Hearn is part of the upper echelon of the pyramid structure of the fitness industry. And not only would he, lose a lot of his fans and support if he came out and told the truth and create competition for himself, and he would also be...
No, I don't think he would, but there'd be the coming out would definitely be a lot of bashing and maybe threats and stuff for quite a while. He'd have to go through a whole batch of bad stuff. But by keeping the mystery, that keeps his business going. So yeah, why would he come out with the truth again? He's an influencer. Why would he tell anything to anybody?
Become an enemy of the industry. So this is kind of changing in bodybuilding and in any industry as information just starts to leak out little by little. As someone like Boston Lloyd came along and told the truth about steroids, but he wasn't necessarily a good ambassador for the steroid movement. So I saw, okay, Boston Lloyd opened the door. Rich Piana started talking about it, and then Tony Huge came out, and I came out as a good ambassador for chemical enhancement.
No, you didn't. People came out with it already decades ago. I don't know what all these people are talking about. There's websites when the internet came out called Elite Fitness. There's anabolics.com. There's GeoCities. There's chat rooms. There's so many web pages that people had on bodybuilding. They all came out talking about steroids. This is absolutely nothing new. They were selling steroids online openly for the last since the internet came out, the last 25 years. So I don't understand what Tony's trying to say in this short, small window in the last few years. Boston Lloyd, he's the famous guy. Boston Lloyd is nobody. No, none of these people, they're anybody. All these people have been steroid. Mike O'Hearn is a fake Natty since God knows when. What are you talking about? I don't understand this.
And I became an enemy of the Matrix because I was teaching information that the rest of the pyramid of the Matrix didn't want people.
No, you're just one person that was teaching that stuff. People were doing online everywhere. There were people selling steroids everywhere. GeoCities, web pages, man. A whole bunch of, you just go on Google and type in steroids or steroidsthis.com, steroid that, anabolics this, that, Cancun anabolics, boop, boop, boop. They were selling fucking, pet steroids and just every kind of steroid you could imagine, man. Yeah.
To know, and I got censored for it, and I got heavily fined and damaged.
No, you got censored and everything because you broke some rules. That's what happens. I lost my channel because I broke a rule. I got terminated for copyright. Yeah, I got 3 strikes. So your channel got banned because you broke some rules of YouTube. That's all. One time I think you showed some woman naked in a shower. They took your channel down. And a bunch of other things. You have to be very careful with that. Yeah. I don't know, but what you were doing, you were breaking rules, showing the injections, going in your arm, and a bunch of stuff. It goes against their policy. I don't know what he's talking about.
Tact for that. Now, I could have just held all that information to myself and not told people, but I took a huge risk, and I lost a lot by doing it. but that's who I am.
You did. You lost a lot. Like, he had a lot of problems, legal problems, a whole bunch of stuff, man. Oh, fuck. To go through all that it's for nothing. It's ridiculous. For YouTube?
I took the risk, and sometimes people take the risk, and sometimes people spill the beans.
I took a risk too, and I got copyright strike right away. The first time I thought, okay, it was one copyright, but the same person within that company that I had a copyright strike, that person that was in the video copyright strike me. And then the third one was of all the people on YouTube, Blaha. Oh God. I was about to take down all those videos, actually, even the Blaha ones, but it was too late.
Sometimes people teach the lower part of the pyramid, the secrets of how to ascend the pyramid, and that information leaks.
I did teach people how to ascend that pyramid naturally, but nobody was interested in it. Even now, my channel is growing, coming back, but that's mostly people that already found some new people, and people already know my channel is looking for me, probably. I don't know. But it's not growing that fast because they have no interest in natural people. They have no interest in building their body naturally. You understand me? They want to do it fakely.
Out and it influences people. I therefore then opened up the doors to SARMs and peptides and chemical enhancement, and I broke a lot of the taboos. So I sacrificed myself. I lost millions of dollars. I got censored, and still never going to be able to.
You were selling SARMs. They're illegal. I don't know. You got in trouble. Became illegal, and you got legal problems because of it. You took that risk.
Potentially never going to be able to build the same level of fame I had before, the same amount of money that I had before in the industry, or at all. But I did get the information out. I basically did a kamikaze, and it changed the industry completely thereafter. I opened up the door, and then a lot of other bodybuilders came out because I knew I wasn't trying to teach everybody myself about performance enhancing drugs and steroids. I was trying to recruit as many other people to be courageous leaders of this movement as possible. You notice back in the day, I didn't try to take credit for anything myself. I tried to build a team of people, and I tried to push the attention to all of.
Where's old coach there, your friend there? What happened to him? He die or something? Steroid use? Where did he go?
Them, like Coach Trevor and Kane Bishop and Philip Chiero.
Yeah, where is Coach Trevor? Is he still alive? Where is he?
Like this whole team of anybody who wanted it, and there was a lot of them, right? Even Derek Moore played some more dates, Ryan Russo. I was trying to build everybody up because I knew if we had an army of us, then we could teach the world about performance enhancing chemistry. We could break the taboo, and maybe we could even change the laws against performance enhancing.
You can't. You're wasting your time. The government has made up their mind. It's illegal, and that's it. You're never going to change the government unless you are the government yourself. You need to appoint yourself the government so you can change it. But you on the outside is never going to change it. This is such a waste of time, uphill battle.
Chemistry, because it is possible. It just takes an overwhelming amount of pressure, and truth was on our side. Truth and the benefit of humanity was on our.
Nobody cares about truth, even on my channel. I tell the truth and I get bashed for it constantly. Believe me, people come out. They were bashing the shit out of my old channel. It was ridiculous. It kind of died down when I started giving out more information in my community section, pumping out more stuff, and kind of showing myself. It kind of died down, but in the beginning it was horrendous. The amount of attacks that I got, death threats and everything.
Our side, what was against us was the financial interests of the monopolies of the supplement industry and the pharmaceutical.
I even got attacked at a gym I go to, and it was most likely because of my YouTube channel. It's a possibility that the person came across it, and that was the reason why they attacked me. I can't really state for certain, but something like that.
Industry, and we fought, and we lost a lot, and we lost the battles, but we won the hearts of many other people who became advocates for the performance enhancing chemistry. All the advocates that you see right now for biohacking, we made a big difference. I wanted to make people like Mike O'Hearn more comfortable in coming out, because back then, if you came out and said you took.
Why does he have to come out? Why does he have to listen to you? Who are you? I'm going to make it more comfortable to come out. He has no interest in you. He doesn't care what you do. He's doing what he's doing, and you do what you're doing. See what I mean?
Steroids, your career was over, gone, you're done. As a bodybuilder, as an athlete, as an influencer, whatever. And I changed that.
Look what happened to you, Tony. Your channel and everything, you've destroyed yourself financially and everything. You're all messed up now. You're just a waste of time. Nobody really cares. Nobody cares. You know, it's funny, eh? People think that you think he thinks that people care. They actually do not care about him, his channel, or anything that he's doing. That's the truth, really. I rarely watch Tony anymore. In the beginning, I thought it was interesting. It was something, you know, weird, wacky, what he was doing, injecting himself constantly. You know, he could have made it. He could have made it like a joke, and then maybe YouTube wouldn't have taken it. But he made it so serious. That was the problem.
And since then, a lot of people are able to come out. And yes, it's still censored. And no, people can't be completely open and honest. But I open.
You can be. Look at Dr. James. Dr. James. He's got a YouTube channel. Look, I'll show you. He's coming out with everything. It's not censored. His channel is growing. But I think at some point when he gets to 100,000, his channel may get taken down. That's what happened to Tony Huge. When you get to 100,000, you have to do something about these videos because YouTube may take you down at 100,000 because now you're influencing people. I'm not really sure. So yeah, he has these things. See this injections? He actually shows some of the stuff. He doesn't show himself injecting it himself, but he shows something being injected, something. He shows a lot of steroids on here. Dangers, oral only, fix this, huge mistake, best steroids, blast. He promotes steroids big time. Health gains. His channel is growing quite fast. It's already at, what is it, 13.8K. And he didn't start just but long ago. I just found his channel not long ago. Oh, he doesn't have about on here. He removed it. That's weird. You can't see the date when he started. Well, whatever. So he only has 112 videos, but 13.8K. Yeah. I like this one, myth number 9. He's funny. He's got a great channel. I love him. And these shorts are amazing all the time when he shows the shorts and stuff. Yeah.
Over the shorter esters because of the clip.
It's quite a great channel. But, yeah. I don't know. It's something for you to try out, I guess. Let's go back.
Kenny KO is a YouTuber and friend who by the proper use of performance-enhancing chemistry. Yet, they are powerful tools just like any other powerful tool. A power drill, a hammer, anything. You can hurt yourself with it. A hammer has side effects if you use it incorrectly. If you smash your finger, you have a broken finger. If you use it correctly, you put the nail through the board and you can build a whole house with that hammer.
Yeah, you could in the natural world. Steroids won't build you those things naturally. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video, man. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Most famous lifetime natty, Mike O'Hearn. Yeah, it's all cosmetic, bro. It's entertainment purposes only. See you in the next one. Ciao.